I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man, too. Another thing I love about my journey is I had to do it alone and that it specifically was my journey. So I don't feel like nobody can give me advice about it because ain't nobody been through what I've been through. Don't nobody know the nights I've been through, the days I've been through, the things I had to feel, the things I had to go through on this spiritual journey to figure myself out. I had to go deep within myself, lock myself away, take my headphones and get into my mode and figure it out. I didn't have a teacher. I had to walk through it alone, but I came out stronger. I came out with a stronger relationship with God, and I came out realizing what I want out of life and what I need around me to survive. That's the most beautiful part about my journey is that I was able to do it by myself. I went through the visions, I went through the spiritual journey, I went through that pain alone. And I used to think alone was the worst thing in the world, but being alone was able to help me lock in and find my life and figure myself out. That's what I love about my journey. Can't nobody else give me advice on it, cause ain't nobody else had my experience. Don't nobody else have my gift. Don't nobody else deal with what I have to deal with on a daily basis. Seeing the things I see, doing the things I do, feeling the things I feel. And that's what I'm proud of. I was able to master it, figure it out, and find it on my own. I didn't have to ask for help. I was able to depend on myself and get myself out of it. And that showed me one thing. I should never discount my own abilities and I should never discount my own beliefs because I'm strong enough to get myself out of any situation. If I just put my mind to it, stop playing around, and really look into my gift and really do what I'm supposed to do, I can do and accomplish anything in life. All you have to do is tap into your gift and never look back, and you will figure it out. And that's what I was able to do. I was able to figure it out, find it out. But the most beautiful thing is, like I said, I was able to do it by just me being me, just by me doing my own thing, locking into my own energy, figuring out my own way, and that's the thing I'm happiest about. It's like can't nobody else give you advice on it because you had to figure it out. You had to go through it. You had to find your own way. You can't ask for advice when nobody knows what you're going through because they can give you advice on it, but they're not spiritualists. They don't have the gift, they don't have the responsibility. So they can try to give you advice, but they really don't understand it. It's nobody but you and God. Y'all talking to each other, building their relationship, building their confidence in each other, and you can will yourself back up from the bottom, from the darkness, from the lowest of the lows to the highest of the highs. And that's exactly what I was able to do. That's why I take so much pride in my gift and so much pride in my working out and so much pride in what I do because I was able to climb out of the hole wrong by wrong, letter step by letter step. I climbed out of the hole and I climbed back into the light. I climbed back into the sun. I climbed back into prominence. I brought myself back up. Just me and God talking at night. Just me and God learning each other and understanding each other. That's all I had for a while till I got to where I am now. And that's why I appreciate everything I have now because I've been that unappreciative kid that didn't appreciate it, that didn't respect it, that was disrespectful and unappreciative of everything he got. Then I went through the habit of losing it all, having to fight back to get it all back, and knowing what it took for me to get it back. But one thing I will never do is doubt my own ability or ever put myself down or put my talent down because I know what I can do now, whether I'm by myself or whether I'm just with God. I know my ability, and I just want everybody else to know that you can do the same thing. You just have to lock in with God and take the journey, and you can do anything. But it's just you getting to know you and being by yourself. And that's why I take so much pride in what I do, because I was able to just lock into myself and figure it out. I found my own way to the top of what I was supposed to do. And that's something I will always take pride in. Something that nobody can take away from me, or something that the world can't ever say they helped me with. And it's something I take pride in and great value in my journey, in my personal opinion. But that's just my opinion from my personal spiritual process. The fact that I was able to do it myself and figure it out myself and realize that I ain't gonna say I don't need help, but when it comes to the spiritual journey, I know I have power enough to figure it out myself, my own way, and that's what I take pride in. I was able to build myself up and figure it out and find my own way to my version of the top. And I'm more comfortable and I believe in myself more than I ever have, because I know my advice is the only advice that can get me through. My life is the only life I can live. My choices is the only choices I can make. You can get all the advice in the world, but if you don't listen to you, then what's the point in getting advice? You have to listen to yourself and trust your own opinions and your own outcomes of what you believe is the right thing to do. Is it always right? No. But you learn right from wrong as you go on. That's a part of life that I had to learn. You have to learn to trust yourself, right or wrong, and act accordingly when whatever happens. And you will eventually figure it out, and that's how you become a man or a woman. You just have to learn to trust you, and that's something I've learned to do. I've learned to trust my opinion, and I've learned to trust what I have to say and trust my own knowledge. And that's the greatest part about my journey. Learn to trust you. Stop asking for advice. Stop asking different people for what you should do with your life, and just learn to trust yourself and follow your own journey, and you will figure it out. Trust me. I learned it the most difficult way, but that's the lesson I carry with me forever. I know I can always figure it out. I know I can always find a way. I know I can always will myself to find a way to solve my own issues, and that's what I take pride in. Not really. Well, sometimes I still ask for advice, but not really depending on other people's advice. Figuring it out my own way. Anybody can do it. You just have to take pride in what you believe and trust it, and you will be fine. That's what the spiritual journey taught me, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion from my personal spiritual experience, though.